Hey Abe, it is the 29th of October. I'm sorry, but this week's video is not actually for you. It's for grown-ups. See, there are a lot of grown-ups in the world who try to relate to teenagers who go about it in an unproductive way. And since they probably don't realize it, I thought that they should be made aware of their errors. So, without further ado, an open letter to grown-ups. I cannot tell you how many times there's been a grown-up presenting to me who made some sort of a pop cultural reference. Here's the thing. If you don't know what you're referencing, don't reference it. There's nothing that's going to make us lose respect for you, like calling Harry Potter's owl Hedwig, or calling Katniss Everdeen that girl from the Hunger Games. If you can make the reference correctly, then that's great. Go ahead and do that. Dude, have fun. But generally, those references are not really necessary to get your point across. They're just icing on the cake, and if you cannot make good icing, it's gonna ruin your whole cake. Don't assume that we don't know what old technology is. You might be surprised to learn how many of us know what a cassette tape is. Almost everybody knows what a record player is. I mean, geez. So don't tell us that we don't know something. If we don't know, which we may well not, we'll ask you. If you say something and we're just like, what do that mean? Then we will say to you, what does that mean? You don't need to tell us that we don't know something. Because again, it makes us feel looked down upon when it's something we do know. Like seriously, we know what cassette tapes are. We know what floppy disks are. Here's the thing that adults do that I think is very odd. Teenagers, when they text, they use text speak a little, but generally just when they're in a hurry. A lot of us type in complete sentences, or at the very least, complete words. But grown-ups, almost 100% of them, when they text, use abbreviations out the wazoo. It's not cool. It was maybe cool for like 10 seconds when I was in 6th grade, but it's not anymore. There are only a couple of reasons that it's actually really truly acceptable to use abbreviations. One, when you're in a crazy hurry, because they do take less time to type. Two, if you have one of those phones where you like have to press a button like 4 times to get the right letter and cycle through. But if you've got time and you've got technology and you're just doing it to appear like teenagery, you're not. Let me tell you a quick story. I had a friend who, for one reason or another, had her phone taken away from her. Her mother texted the girl's boyfriend on her phone and said something like, I have had my phone taken away from me as a punishment, so don't text me soon. The guy sees his girlfriend the next day at school and he says to her, did your mom text me? And she's like, yeah, how did you know? And he said, because of all the abbreviations. However, if you feel the need to use abbreviations because you're in a hurry, because you're on one of those old phones, then please use them correctly. I don't know if you've seen the stories that go around the internet about a woman texting her son, your grandmother just died, LOL. And he texts back and he's like, Mom, what's funny? And she says, nothing's funny, your grandmother's dead. And he says, why did you text LOL? It means laugh out loud. She says, oh my god, I thought it meant lots of love. I've got to text my whole family. Don't be that lady. This is something that grown-ups do a lot of, and I don't even know why. Instead of saying things like, look on social media or put this on your social media sites, they feel the need to list social media sites, I guess, so it sounds like you guys know what's hip and happening. It doesn't really work when you start listing these social media sites, and you generally start out okay. You Facebook and Pinterest and Twitter, and then, almost invariably, you include MySpace. Now let me tell you a thing about MySpace. When I was in like 5th grade, MySpace was a thing. And then Facebook became a thing, and everybody moved from MySpace to Facebook, except for musicians. MySpace is still a place for musicians to collaborate and find audiences and stuff, but it's not something that your average everyday teenager has. If you feel the need to list these social media sites, don't include MySpace. You sound really out of the loop. The less that you will try to appear cool, the cooler you will seem to us. Because we can tell when people try. It's sad. So don't try. Just be. And we will like you that much better. Abe, I will see you on Saturday.